you would not identify that you've been radicalised, but from an outside perspective, I would say you're radicalised.
Maybe by my parents, you could say, and even if you want to use the definition radicalised, it doesn't really matter. The point is, I'm happy that I haven't been indoctrinated by the educational institutions into believing that we can live in a harmonious, multicultural society. So yeah, I'm kind of proud that, you know, you call me a so-called radicalized individual, but what my parents have taught me, I'm very grateful for.
I think that energy's there, but like in the case of Jacob Herschel, you watch, he's got that cute little missus. All right, as soon as he starts having kids, his energy level's gonna go down because he's gonna realize
he has a father. Or what are you talking about? He has a son already.
Like things will change. I know I've changed, bro. I've completely changed from like what I used to be.
Yeah, I mean, what I say, I don't think I'm going to change ever again. I just want to stay with white people. I don't know why it's so radical for you guys to see my point of view. I mean, what's wrong with me?
It's not radical. I see your point of view. I do, but like just
like you never condemn a Aboriginal to stay within their mob or their folk. Why am I being condemned of being with my people?
I'm going with the theme of these fellas, typically single, young.
No, not true.
And
actually,
I feel like they've been disenfranchised. I feel like they've been very disenfranchised because I think there's a lot of concerning factors about their questioning themselves as young men. So the fact that's why I asked him about his relationship status.
Believe it or not, Randy, I'm probably going to get married in a year or two, probably like by 19 or 20.
Whatever you do in your relationship, that's up to you.
No, but your point is
there is a common theme, but there is a common theme with the men that you engage with are young, single, and I think that it's more than race. I think it's more around who you are as men.
Okay, wait a second. Most men are now single in the age of Geister and in my age as well. Like 30% of the people our age are virgins, literally in the United States.
I got to give a little pushback on Randy.
Go on.
A little pushback on that. I would say that most of the pro-white people that I have met are actually 35 to 45 years old and have a family. And there are a lot of young people that are waking up and coming towards the same conclusions on what's going on. But to say that it's a trend and that's what it usually is, I think that's incorrect because I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing people in the 30s and 40s that are turning to pro-white nationalism.
How many of those men have kinks and sit in the corner in a chair and watch their missus get plowed by BBC as well?
Why are you such a degenerate?
What are you talking about?
Why are you so disgusting? You guys are so disgusting.
I mean, if you're trying to say that there's an issue with white men being cucked, I wouldn't argue with that, but it's certainly not the white nationalists. It's actually the other way around. It's usually the left-wing liberal acting that way.
It's the problem. This is what we have in Australia. We have people like Bruce who have a disgusting, revolting ideology that evolves around being a cuck. It's disgusting.
Would you accept, hang on, but would you accept a person who has completely your ideology, a young male, 18 years old, who believes in the white race, who is Anglo-Celtic or just purely Anglo, but the only difference is he's gay? Would you accept that person?
Yes, no, we reject him because a part of being a homosexual is bringing degeneracy.
Isn't it about the protection of the individual in their race?
Okay, wait a second. Again, why are you?
Yeah, but part of
why are you guys always thinking about sex? It's so disgusting.
Exactly what I say. If he keeps that perverted thing inside of his house and doesn't spread it out, I'm homosexual. I don't care. Exactly.
I've been on you for 40 years. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
No, not really. I'm happy where I am in life. I've got 2 kids.
You know,
successful in my job, going to Europe for a holiday.
20 years ago, people would have said that someone like you is a perv. You know, to talking to a 19-year-old about all sorts of explicit sexual matters. It's just disgusting.
Questioning, but I'm asking you, by asking the individual about the relationship status, is that a sexual nature of the questioning?
It just doesn't change the fact that
why do you always need to ask about people's personal lives to argue politics with them? That's what I don't get.
Exactly.
And then the gay thing was
understanding the individual.
Then the whole gay thing was also bizarre. Why were you talking about the whole gay situation? It was also just really weird and odd. Look, this defines Christian or Western society, Puritan morality. Yeah, we keep that shit to ourselves. It doesn't matter if you're heterosexual, if you date a 20-year-old, a 40-year-old, it doesn't matter. Sex is not to be talked about in public.
I did not talk about sex. I talk about relationships.
Also relationships. We don't need to talk about any of that, especially not with strangers on the internet, especially not if we are talking about politics. There is no place for that here.
To understand the individual and their viewpoints, there are layers into understanding of the individual's viewpoints, and that's why I want to know why the layers behind it.
This is what it is, okay? It's diversion. When they can't defeat the pro-white narrative, they switch to sexual orientation or religion.
Yes.
Okay, that's what it's about. He's not worried about trying to tell you or talk about being pro-white national or whites going extinct or anything like that.
Bro. Well, that's what the NSN did to the bro in the panel. He knows a heaps about Britain. He knows heaps about Australia. And just because, like, you know, there's question marks on his sexuality, they fucking discredited him.
The NSN or the EA. I mean, do you know what the European Australian movement is? European. So any broad European nation, even if it's Albania. I mean, I'm pretty sure we had an Albanian member in WA. We don't.
Yeah, but
I could say David's more pro-white than you.
That's fine. If you really want to interpret it like that, then that's fine. What have you done for the white race?
I'm not here to worry about the white race. I'm here to point out that the irony of your arguments.
There's no irony. I mean, everything I've said is legit and literally, it's all factual information that you can't take in because you're too dull and unintelligent to actually understand. And
mate, I just gave you an education of World War I that you didn't even know how was going on.
I'm sorry, but Australia, listen, David, because you know a lot about Britain. What's the reason why Britain invaded Germany? It was because of the navy that they were building, and Great Britain was essentially just scared that they might attack Britain next, like how they did with Belgium. And he's saying, but no, that's not true. No. I mean, you clearly haven't went to school, mate.
Well, no. If you look up the history books, is that the Britain got involved since the Germans invaded Belgium.
It wasn't just about Belgium. It was about the foreign affairs that Germany had with different nations. There was slowly.
I thought Germany gave a peace treaty to Britain just before they arrived on the coast or something, and I don't know, they sent a message and then
they begged for peace many times.
Yeah, exactly.
Many times.
Wait. So the whole story, we're talking about the Second World War, right?
No,
yeah, well, that's what I thought.
World War I.